my stamping friends. Today I want to show you how I'm using the Stamparatus. This is something that came out a while ago, and I have to admit that I really haven't used it as much as I thought I would. However, I am in the process of making 200 Christmas cards. Yes, I know it's only August, but I'm in the process of making 200 Christmas cards for a client of mine that I make cards for every year. And I'm trying to stamp Merry Christmas onto this tiny little tag. So if I can try to find some of the ones that I made. Okay, here is some of the ones that I made. It was really difficult for me to get the stamp to be completely straight on there. And because this is a paying client, I want to make sure that every single card is perfect. So with the Stamparatus, I was able to make that happen. So here's an oops. You see that I did this one by hand, and look at how the ink didn't go all the way across with the same amount of pressure. This is an oops. But look at how it came out perfect on the other side. So, you know, a lot of times when you're trying to stamp like this, especially if it's not a clear or photopolymer stamp, you can't see where the image is going to be. And that's why the Stamparatus helps out a lot, especially if you have the old red rubber stamps like this. You can peel them off, gently try to peel them off of the wood block and store them in the case. You'll notice the stamp that I'm using here, this is a red rubber stamp that I just took off the block and put right on to this plate that's part of the Stamparatus. Okay, so you can take all of the red rubber wood block stamps that you have and just gently peel the stamp off of the block. Now these that I have not mounted yet, what I'm going to do is I'll just take them off the red rubber, keep them in the case, and then when I go to use them, I'm just going to peel this part off. Let me open that for a little bit. I'm just going to peel this part off. And you know that it's sticky under here, and then I'll just keep it in my case just like that. Since we don't really need to use the wood blocks anymore, because this is the perfect height. Once I put the cardstock in there, it's the perfect height to touch the paper. So we won't need the wood anymore. So I need to make 50, I'm making 200 cards, but there's 4 different designs. I'm making 50 of each design. So what I did was I lined up my tag at the very bottom here, because you'll notice that the Stamparatus has a ruler on it. It's pre-printed on there, and it's underneath a piece of plastic. So if you get ink on this, don't worry about it. You can just wipe it off with some water, not a problem, or with your shimmy. And then what I did was I placed, let's pretend that this is the Merry Christmas stamp. And that this isn't on there. I took the stamp, placed it where I want it to be on my piece of paper, and then I pushed this down and the stamp stuck to this top piece. Okay, so then let me just show you how easy it is to use. I'm going to put the tag there and line it up along the bottom, and then take my ink pad and ink the stamp, and then just press it, and there you have it, and it'll be perfect every time. And the other thing too, since I have to make so many, is it's just a very quick assembly line situation where I just put the tag back, ink up the stamp, press, and voila. And you'll notice that I got some ink on this, but that's okay. I will just wash it off with some water. So go to stampitwithcharlene.com, and that's where you'll find my online store, and you can purchase the Stamparatus from there.